Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. My name is Vero Gitiha and today we are honored to have the third interview with the Deputy Government Spokesperson, Mr. Gabriel Muthuma. And as they say, the third time is always a charm. We are here to get educated and know whatever is happening in our country, mostly political, because the political scene in the country is crazy. And also we are going to be discussing about SHA. And no, we all know that the police will be joining SHA very soon if they have not yet started, and also the CBC. Welcome to our channels. Welcome, sir. How are you doing?
Veronica, thank you. Once again, as you've said, the third time is the third time.
It's always a charm.
Yeah, so it's usually a charm. So again, welcome, you and your team.
Yeah.
It's always an honor. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Every time when you guys pay us a visit, we are really duly honored. Karibuni.
Asante sana. You've been a very busy man.
We are all busy.
Yeah.
This show is very busy.
Yes. So what have you been up to for the few weeks that we have not talked? What have you been up to?
Our work really is to tell Kenyans, just like you, what our government is doing, the kind of transformation that's happening, in our country. And, somebody was reminding me, a few years ago, it was really hard. A friend of mine was reminding me, all the way from Madhari, alikuwa ananiambia, enyewe, mgala muwe lakini haki yake mbe. We started seeing things, ni ukweli, sahi, food iko. And then he would, by the way, hiyo SHA inafanya kazi, hizi manyumba tunaweza apply aje. And that's a conversation. Again, that's a conversation that we've always been wanting Kenyans to have. Somebody else was pointing to us that sai hii tag ya uongo imeanza kuisha. Last time when you were here, I was telling you, the president made a lot of promises. But now, if you look at the grand scheme of things, much of what he promised, you can now see it. Sometimes it's always good to tell people, and this is something we've learned throughout history. It's very hard to paint to many of us the picture of a great country or what a country like Kenya can become. It's usually very hard. And this is the reason with many politicians is because most of the time, they really want to be on the side of kura, votes, zitatoka wapi. And this is the reason why we do the bare minimum. But when you go, so you become cautious in what you're doing and some of the things you're doing. The president has mentioned not once, not twice, how people are telling him, hey, by the way, first 5 years, we relax, panga siasa, and then the second term you work or, initiate the manifesto that you have in your legacy projects. And the president refused. He said, if we have all these years, why can we not start? And so what the president was trying to tell us and what he's, in putting out across to Kenyans is, we can no longer afford to be mediocre. I mean, we've tried it. Where has it taken us in the last 60 years? We've made very minimal progress. But imagine if we are now riding on the element of curiosity, Veronica, instead of being cautious. Now everybody is curious. By the way, kumbe, we can get here. Now everybody is curious to see what can Kenya look like in the next 20, 30 years. And I believe that is the direction we need to be headed.
And as you have said earlier, the president is not resting.
No.
Every day he has somewhere to be. Every day he's doing an inspection of projects,
Correct.
Opening classrooms, opening roads. He's doing a lot.
Yeah.
Every day, hakuna siku utapata president ako to State House or something. He must be somewhere.
Yes.
And let's talk about the classrooms that he opened yesterday at Westlands Primary School.
Yes.
and he spoke to the pupils there, and he said, "Have I given you what I promised?" And he even exceeded whatever he promised.
Yes.
Let's talk about those classrooms. How is it that he is going to each and every project, and many people are commenting in social media saying, kwani hakuna CS wa hiyo kazi, hakuna nini? How important is it for the president to go and open such projects?
Very important. Very, very important. For instance, even before we talk about the classrooms, you remember the Nyota program?
Yes.
The president was everywhere.
Yeah.
What many people don't know is there has been a similar program like Nyota. The only thing, it was actually chewed up like a car parted out by thieves. Mlango ilibiwa wapi, nini, that when you ask people where did this money go, you know, same methodology. Where did easy pesa zilienda wapi? Nobody could tell you. Now, but if you asked, somebody would have told you, hey, we spend nearly 800 million training these guys. We spend $500 million here doing this. And when you ask, where are these people? Can we see who are these people you trained? Nothing sufficed. So the president was very deliberate, by the way. Every time you saw him in this Nyota activation, it's because he was deliberate. He is the one who understood this program. Obviously, he was not alone. You saw the PSs were there.
Yeah.
Many people were invited in all those occasions. You had MSMEs, PS, CS, they were all there. So it's not that he was doing things like a Lone Ranger. No. It was an entire government showcasing a promise that is working so well. And by the way, let me tell you, Veronica, we have so many success stories coming out of that Nyota program. Our prayer is continuing to say, let that program and those people who received the money, let them continue putting that money into proper use. And I can guarantee you success will come out of it. So the classrooms, and I think it's a good thing that you mentioned classrooms and CBC.
Yeah.
So when the president came in, obviously, you know, they just onboarded the CBC from the previous arrangement, which was 844.
Yeah.
And so when Kibaki left, it's good that I give you some historic relevance. When Kibaki left, it was watoto wote waende shule. So we were really focusing on shule ya msingi.
Yeah.
And true, everybody went back to school. You remember there was this old mzee, he's late now. He used to be called Maruge. Yeah, Maruge. He was very old when he went back to school. Yeah. And in fact, there's a movie. There's a Hollywood production about him. If you've not watched it, yeah, go look for him.
Wow.
It's called, I can't remember. There's something greater. The first, it's actually a very good movie. It was a Hollywood production, very good. So many people went back to school. It was free. When President Uhuru came, it became 100% transition. All these children who've gone to primary school must transition, all of them, to secondary school. Kizungumkuti. So ukiangalia mali president aliingililia, alipatiwa jiko inawaka red hot. Because out of all that, and it's good that they started those programs, there was a very integral part of our learning that was left out. Number one, we had a very serious deficiency of teachers and that of classrooms. Sisi tulikuwa tunasema watoto waende shule, watoto waende shule, watoto waende shule, watoto waende shule. But that issue of teachers was not taken care of. So when the president came in, again, credible deliberate actions was, we must, as a matter of supreme urgency, hire more teachers. 75,000 teachers have been hired since came in, and January alone, you've onboarded another 25,000. So you have 100,000 teachers hired to cut that deficiency. As we move along, we may need more. What about the classrooms? So far, we've done nearly 20,000 plus going. We need more classrooms. So, Veronica, actually, as we sit here, we are late in developing that particular sector. So we are playing catch up. In an ideal world, they would have gone hand to hand,
Yeah.
right? But for one reason or the other, they weren't. So we are playing catch. But guess what? The president has been able to do as he promised. So at least we are comfortable saying that we are actually headed in the right direction as far as CBC is concerned. And here I'm talking about bringing on onboarding teachers, which is the number that the president talked about. We already can see that. Hakuna mtu anaweza toka kwa mtaani huko kwa streets arushia, oh, ulisema utafanya na hukufanya. It's already done and dusted. Classrooms ndio zinaendelea kujengwa. We must get at par with that efficiency. Failure to which bado tunaendelea kupata issues. And this is something the president knows very well. So I am glad when you see the president going to schools and saying, I promised, I have delivered. Yeah. Remember, every time he keeps insisting, and I'm agreeing with him 110%. Not just because of he's my boss, but I can see what he promised on his manifesto vis-a-vis what he's able to accomplish. They marry. All right? Mm-hmm. So when he comes out and says the bottom-up economic transformation agenda is not a trip, it's a journey that's very purposeful, that is supposed to get us somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know, that somewhere being what we've now come to dub as Singapore. It makes more sense because it shows that we are not erring on the side of caution. Mm-hmm. We are now going to curiosity, and everybody now wants to know what or how will Kenya look like in the next 30 years.
Okay. Talking about teachers, and let me also include the security personnel,
yes.
That is the police.
Yes.
I understand that they are going to be registered to SHA.
Onboarded to SHA, yes.
Onboarded to SHA.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
I think your question emanates from what we saw a former cabinet secretary interior.
Yes.
Go out and say. Mm. And really, if I may not use harsh words, but really what he said was, I don't want to call it hogwash, but it was actually, that's what it was. The president has been very, very clear. And he did actually answer him back that we are fixing the mess they left. I'll give you an example. Mm-hmm. By onboarding the teachers, all of them, and our security agencies, the police and the prisons, onto SHA, first of all, it's because it's the promise of onboarding these big groups to our universal, health program. So it's in line with his manifesto. It's not something that we woke up and decided this is what needs. No, it's something that has been thought about strategically and seriously. So the president comes and says, what was there before? We were spending nearly 12 billion shillings every year on their cover, which really was providing very minimal services, if you will. And many have attested to this fact. You would find cases where, if you looked at really what counts when it comes to insurance and healthcare, is the network. How many facilities can you access? And by the way, that group would access about 900. Zikienda sana hata ziko zinafika 1,000. With them onboarding, they have access to more than 10,000. I repeat again, 10,000 facilities. And here I'm talking about public, private, and faith-based. It can never get any better. Mm-hmm. So for somebody like that, former guy, to come and try to lecture us that they had a better arrangement, really, it's you don't even know what to say. Yeah? Mm-hmm. But that just tells you that it does not matter sometimes what you do. You have people who will, their vision will always be bloated because they cannot understand how you are able to achieve a grand idea. Sometimes with an environment that nobody thought you'd come out of. But today, look, those groups that I've told you are going to have a better, way much better, arrangement than what they had before. Their spouses and children will be covered up to including, because I was looking on that on some of those benefits. If it's a condition that cannot be treated, they have overseas. They can get overseas treatment. So that just goes on to tell you that everything that we are doing, primarily on those hot and ideal agendas, it is very well thought out of. Very well thought of. Very, very well thought of.
And still on SHA, people are still saying that SHA is not working. What is the government doing to make sure that the people believe in SHA and register?
People believe in SHA. First of all, so many people are registering, have registered. So many people are accessing benefits. Stories are out there. If we can just concentrate on the positive stories, there are so many. Obviously, when a negative issue is reported, you don't have people just seated dwindling their thumbs. They want to look at that case. And every day, case by case, we are solving. Now, we have to be honest. We have now reached 29, going to 30 million registered. OSHA. As opposed to what was there before. I don't need to go back there. Which was catering really for the people who had payslips. That was it. Now, the true genius behind SHA is how we've changed the setup from curative to preventative. That's why you're seeing CHPs. Many people will tell you that most of our ailments, most of them, are sorted on level 1 with fever. Iko pale chini. Bali unaendaga kupimwa damu, kupimwa pressure, kupimwa sukari. That is where tunapataga mambo mingi. And you're told to fix something here and there before it becomes big. So already we've changed the version of mtu enda hospitali wakati mambo imekuwa amelemewa zaidi. So you get to hospital at the tail end. So things have changed. You have so many people today accessing primary care than they were accessing before. That is a true story. You have so many CHPs giving proper guidance at people who have not even gotten to a health facility. Wanakuja nyumbani, wanaangalia mambo ya pressure, wanaangalia mambo ya sukari na mambo mengine madogo madogo. And if there's need, they escalate now to a health center. Imagine how many of these ailments they are able to capture, these CHPs. This is a true genius of universal healthcare. Are there issues that we are facing? Definitely. But like I told you, it's not that we are sweeping them under a fluffy rag of saying how. No, they are being dealt with. And these are just the teething problems. We'll get to a point, even with so many people wanting to really come on board and defraud that system. Now, anashindwa. You saw there was a case of somebody who went out to give people the wrong number so that they can give them a private number for them to collect money. And then I saw a headline being splashed at somebody defrauded SHA. No, they didn't defraud SHA. What they did, they used a parallel payment number. And that's how it was discovered. unasema umefanya hii, when they came to reconciliation, this and this and this has left, but we are not seeing the money. And very quickly, those people are able to be apprehended. So really, we have a very rigid system. It's not something that you can do. It's detecting fraud before you say cut and a half.
Yeah.
And this is the system we need. Not the one that was there previously, which everybody and their uncle were able to defraud. Walikuwa nasema vitu hata hazijawahi fanyika. You know, the president makes banter about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny but serious at the same time.
Yeah.
And somebody going for amputation 10 times, 20 times, and you wonder how many limbs do these people have? But these were things that were happening. I mean, you're so in tune to fraud that you are not even thinking logically. So at least I am glad that the system that has been implemented is able to arrest, you know, all those fraud. And by the way, si arrest peke yake. Hiyo fraud ikipatikana, people are in serious hot trouble. It's not a walk in the park anymore. It's not a walk in the park anymore. Healthcare is as serious as they come. And my president and our administration are treating it with the seriousness it deserves. So, kama kuna mtu ana issue, there are hotlines, as you've seen.
Yeah.
There are places you go on the website, you know, put that issue across, and you have people running to solve them. We have been in those situations where we see online queries coming in, and you have a dedicated team sitting 24 hours solving those problems. So I keep telling people, you see, the conversation has now morphed out of it's not working to we have a problem here. And that's a good conversation to have. That's a very good conversation to have. When you say it has not worked, when I come and raise my hand, oh no, this thing is not working for me, but it's working for you, the conversation changes. You realize that, Veronica? Yeah. Because the conversation is, why is it working for you and not for me? So we look at what is the problem with me that's not working. And most of the time we've found that kuna mtu hawezi kuregister kwa sababu ID, you know, yake probably aliregister mara ya kwanza na anatepo mara ya pili. There are all sorts of things. Yeah? But all I know, without fear of contradiction, is that when something is reported, we have people ready to solve that particular problem.
We move a little bit to affordable housing.
Yes.
I saw some in the streets of social media, some comments, people saying, why are people paying for houses that they have paid tax for them to be built?
That's not how it works.
Okay.
That's not how it works. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
And I'll give you it may appear drastic, but it's not. Assume you, when, let's say, we want to assist an entity, like we have seen, and I can give you an example because it's factual. When we use taxpayers' money to assist a sector or a company like Kenya Airways, every person who pays taxes, the fund is used for that particular purpose, right?
Yeah.
We say, hey, tusaidieni hapa inaenda chini nini. But how many people will never step foot or will never set foot inside that plane, but they pay to assist it?
Any?
You get?
Yes.
So the issue is not me, what I contribute. Yeah? You have to look at it on a very high domino effect. Today, if I want a house, my contributions are there. I'll get it. Yeah?
Yeah.
I will. And that's why everybody's encouraged. Get a house. You have people who are putting in money as an investment also. I was seated with somebody who said, by the way, we have so many groups who are putting money as an investment. And they will get what they'll get at the end of the day. Look at the infrastructure bond that we were talking about. Look at those lines. So it is not a gray area, even though when people started drilling, they were hitting it because they said, I don't need staki nyumba. Mimi nina nyumba yangu, nani amesema? Hii unalipaga. Inakutengenezeaga barabara. Do you ask for that money back?
No.
Do you say you want your private road? You get?
Yeah.
We need to see, Veronica, we need to see the bigger picture into some of these things. When we build classrooms like the way we are doing, in full realization that education is among the areas where much of the highest, that receive the highest budget item is education. But who profits? The government puts in so much money. They don't expect returns in hard cash. But what they expect is you, Veronica, get educated, gets a good job, you're into business, runs your business, because of what they've been able to give you.
Yeah.
As a good environment of learning, as a great enabler to our economy, which much of our labor actually is built, is that you're able to be productive and be able to pay taxes so that we drive the country forward. That's how it works. That's how it works. And sometimes I feel bad because we grade things that are not even supposed to be graded.
Yeah.
So the more we have, we continue building or setting up this affordable housing project. Number one, we are able to sort out the issue of housing deficiency, which we know it is something that statistics tell us.
Yeah.
So you can even have 1,250,000, I think, every year we are supposed to build. So imagine, since that time, you are told we needed to have this number of houses in our country. Imagine this is now the time we are trying to play that. And that's why you're seeing, I'm agreeing with so many people when they say, Maze, Kenya has become a construction site.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with that. Because the first thing we need to really realize is that tumewachwa nyuma kiasi.
Yeah.
But it's not a scare tactic, by the way, Veronica. When my president says that at some point we were head par with the Asian tigers, it's a fact. Many people think, oh, we are being scared. No, it's not a scare tactic. It is just a fact. But they got somewhere. Sisi tukapotelea hapa katikati.
Yeah.
Those countries, everything is subjected to progressive advance. Every day they are fixing something for the better. You get? So we must play that catch up. And I can guarantee you, I keep telling you, the last time you were here, I told you, the weight of a nation is her universal appeal. And in many cases, materially. For us to be able to bring people here, investors, for them to continue coming, we must have something to show. Our infrastructure must be number one, must be up to par. That airport must. Now to say, the way the president said, we must. It has now become an action item. We must build a new airport. It's a gateway to our country. Mwazi unaingia huko, unakutana na maescalator zifanye job. Saa zingine, hata saa zingine jamaa mmoja alikuwa na make fun ati hawezi stuka hata akiona mbuzi kitoka huko ndani. They make fun of us. Atu anataka kwa escalator wakuta mbuzi na kula tu majani hapo nje, So, these are some of the things that we must do. And the reason why sometimes I feel, so I say we have to look for all ways we can to leapfrog. It is because in the long and short of things, we've been left behind. And it's a good thing. When you've been asking me what was I doing, the other 3 days ago.
Yeah.
3 days ago nilikuwa nimekutana na vijana mtaani and we were talking about somebody was telling us mazee historia ya unaenda mahali mazee unasimamishwa. A friend of ours had come from Europe through the Middle East. So historia ya kusimamishwa unawekwa kando nini. And not even me, one of them said, unajua nini? Idri Murezu usema ya kwenda Singapore tukakuwa first world country, unajua hizo vitu zinaisha. Many people have never thought about that.
Yeah.
You know, you get respect from all quarters because they're like, hey boss, country yetu imeendelea kushinda hii yenu bana, mnafikiri mnaweza kuja hapa tukitafuta? Unaona kitu kama hako?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at the first worlds, look at how they carry themselves. After I told you, the weight of a nation is her universal appeal. Vile watu wanawaangalia asema mazee, ushaenda US, mazee hiyo place, ushaenda Singapore, jamaa ukuja akiwekelea passport hapo mnatii ni passport. The guy has not spoken, has not said anything, amewekelea tu passport hapo kwa desk, anawanyamazisha ni wote. Why? Because of what they represent, extended citizenship. Nasema hawa tu si watu wa kuchezea. Hii country yao ni noma. Imagine if Kenya was like that or becomes like that, which it will. And by the way, I believe it wholeheartedly, just like my president. In our lifetime, hii kitu inaweza fanyika. Inaweza fanyika.
And how long would it take for Kenya to be a first world country?
You see, I know people have given a number. Yeah. I know many people would tell you between 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
Very doable. Very doable. You know, the other day, I don't know whether it's you, I gave an example of what I saw come up. I remember my first time to visit this great nation you call UAE.
Yeah.
First time I went to Dubai was in 2002. Yeah. Nilikuwa napitia. 2002.
Okay.
The Dubai of today has changed in front of our eyes to become what zile apartments kali zinauzwa duniani ni huko. It has become a financial hub. Not only that, today wakiwaambia just 30 years removed walikuwa na ndege 3, Emirates and 3 planes. Today they command one of the highest number of fleets in the world. In the world. Unaona?
Yeah.
How did they achieve that? Discipline and foresight. You want to give it to them. Discipline and foresight. And kumbuka, guys, we must be serious. Even in our savings, we must be serious. And we have countries now that are coming to be part of our IPOs and to even buy strategic investments huku na savings zao wajakopa mtu and they are our neighbors. Yet the president goes back and tells us, all of us guys, do you know our NSSF savings ili chapata tulikuwa tumesave kutoka independence was only 320 billion since independence, but in 3 years we've doubled that to 640 in 3 years. So paka unajiuliza, wait a minute, imagine, just imagine, maybe we had that discipline 40 years ago. That discipline, your savings. Do you know what we would be doing? We would be lending money to our neighbors. Vile sio nda China tunachukua do. Si tungekuwa tunalenda watu pesa. Wanataka pesa ngapi? Wanakuja kwetu. Tuna dictate interest. That is how we build this nation to become the Singapore world. By the way, it is so doable. We are already doing it.
Yeah.
We are already. Si ati nikwambia juzi unaenda kwa playground, mtu amaliza kucheza ball, alikuwa na Kamukuru, anabeba ball yake, anaingia mali anafinya lift.
Yeah.
Tulikuwa na wewe. Kajamaa kanaenda 11th floor. Wewe niambie, ukiuliza huyo mtu hii akompea hizo dunia mbili. Think of the kind of story that kid will tell 10 years from now. Think of it. Atakwambia mazee kule tulikuwa tunaishi. Sewage ilikuwa imepita hapo nje. Bole yangu ilikuwa inaingia kwa hiyo ni sewage inaifuata kilomita 2. That's the kind of resolution. But now akwambia mimi naweza ka hata mwezi mmoja sijatoka nje hii compound because everything is here. Shule iko hapo, kosi iko hapo, shopping ni hapo. Noma ikitokea Karau yuko hapo. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's just one of the model housing projects we've done. Now imagine we replicate that countrywide. Majamaa wanatoka huko nje. Wanakuja nasema mazee hii nchi. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Unakuta before you say cut and a half. Passport yenu vile imeritiwa sijui yetu imeritiwa sijui and something. Number 7. Number 3, number 4. Your passport ukitaka na mali become visa free. Just imagine. It is not something we are not in the confines of a probability. At when it no. We're in the confines of a reality. The possibility of it. We can do it. It's already being done. It's already being done. Wale watoto wako nje hizi fruits, wanakusema by the way, unajua ati mzae unipigia story ananiambia ati kwenda majua alikuwa anahitaji visa. Na saa hii ahitaji yeo announce arrival. Why? Because the weight of a nation has appealed to many other nations that this nation is a first world country. Atunaenda vile watu walikuwa wanasema kukemboi you don't need that.
Yeah.
You don't need that. We are efficient in everything. Food, be your story. Our education, my job, my industry. So everything you're seeing going on in Kenya has been done so through a very elevated purpose. Na nimekwambia hatuko kwa stories za probability. No, we are no longer operating on probabilities. We are operating on a serious fact of realization that ikitu si inaweza itafanyika. Itafanyika.
And there have been some debates on social media talking about the president has been ruling the country for 3 years now, and the project that he has done ni mingi kuliko zenye the former presidents have done.
It is true.
In 10 years.
It is true. It is true. And I'll tell you why. It's what the president said. Yeah? Our politics has been it's been backwards in a way. The president has talked about it not once, not twice. We have this thing of saying, wait, once you've been elected, you know, your first term, solve politics so that your second, you have a clear sail through.
Yeah.
Just engage people, wacha tu watu wakupende, endeleeni kusafa, mediocrity, here and here, weka banded hapa, toa hapa, huyu amesemaje, mlete huku, wanataka nini? Play around. Then, you only have 5 years, ukichaguliwa tena, to work. So the president has been asking, what if we can achieve all this we are dreaming of in this particular period of time? Why should we wait? Why should we wait? And that's why he has taken many Kenyans on this journey of changing this country, because it's doable. So tuendelee kungoja. In other words, what you would be telling me is we continue waiting so that you're elected to, then where is the impact? You know, there's something I tell people, a line I like telling. And it's what my president has taught me, it's not how long you serve. You get?
Yeah.
It's how well and credible you serve. In other words, our term in office must have another superior element than just longevity. You get?
Yeah.
It must be the credibility of things and the impact thereof.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why sijui kama wewe uenda church. Unajua kuna jamaa kwa Bible. Hii niambie kwanza wale watu wanatusikiza. Kuna jamaa kwa Bible yeye tu ametusela. Huyo jamaa live long. Bible tuambia huyo jamaa tu live long.
Yeah.
Lakini kukatokea jamaa mmoja tu kwa hizo madusty streets za Jerusalem. Akaanza ministry yake akiwa mwaka 30 for 3 years.
Yeah.
Today the man is still headlining in our churches.
Yeah.
You notice?
Yes.
It's impact. Impact. What will you do? What hii story? And that's wanakwambia siasa yetu ilikuwa mbaya. So the president is not afraid of that issue at panga sijui nini ndivyo. No. He said we can achieve these things now. Now. Wewe kama sasa tungekuwa na ungengoja for another 5 years, ungengoja 5 years. Ule mtoto leo hii anacheza Mukuru. That person who was living in the slums, now they're in Mukuru with heated water, with piped gas, with all those great amenities. You are telling them to wait for 5 years. So in 5 years waendelee kukaa kwa ile shida tu, kwa ile umaskini walikuwa. Come on. Really? And that's why I told you, we have jumped from the bandwagon of caution. Ati unitafanyika cautious panga. No. To the curiosity bandwagon. How will Kenya look like in 30 years? And this is what now we are starting to see. We angalia wale watu sasa wako curious. Enda kwa mtandao uangalia watu. Nani alikuwa hapa juzi? Aisha Speed.
Yeah.
Amesemaje kwa mtandao? Which is the country he would
go back to? Kenya.
Why? Why do you think that has happened? Wacha nikwambie, sisi wachache. Sisi wachache. Let me tell you, this country in the next 20 years. Watu wanaipointia kwa hewa wanasema mazejo, hii nchi, you must go to Kenya. You must go to Nairobi. You must go to Mombasa. You must go to Eldoret, to Kisii, to Kisumu. You must go to the cradle of mankind. Uko Turkana na uko. Go see how these people are farming. Go look at their dairy. Go look at their coffee. Taste their coffee, taste their tea. This ndipo, this is the example of kitaka kujua. And then our story will be told not only by us, by many generations to come. That we stood in the gap and said enough was enough. We need to change this nonsensical thing of saying ukichaguliwa kwanza piga siasa, panga siasa, and then no. When you're elected, start working. And that's why every time you hear the president saying, I will go back to Kenyans with my work. This will be my scorecard. This is what I achieved, this is what I promised. Ndio maana kuna majamaa wengine watauzia watu nini? Watauzia watu nini? Parade. Hiyo iwakiji. Hewa, hiyo iwakiji. Somebody who today went to a site, affordable housing, na tulikuwa nayo uliona.
Yeah.
They had no idea on so many things. Construction. 3 years now. Jamani professional. Anakwambia hii huwezi nifunza, kuna mtu anaweza nifunza hii kazi tena. I'm able to. Huyo alafu tutoke hapo, gava itoke hapo ipatie jamaa diploma ya ile kazi anafanya. Huyo jamaa ana experience kushinda wale watu wako class.
Yeah.
Unaona vile tunaenda Singapore? hapa tunafika.
Bado tukielekea Singapore, the president was in JCM on Sunday.
Yes.
And he said that there is going to be an expressway,
Yes.
Thika Road.
Yes.
And talking also include the Ngong
Yes.
overpass
Yes.
that is still under construction.
Yes.
On creating impacts.
Yes.
How important are those roads for Kenya?
That's a very good question. Not only, first of all, I'm waiting for that expressway. Unajua pana kwa ganda kwa bottleneck kingine hapo kishafika museum hill. Inaweza kaa hapo for 2 hours. Unakajua. So obviously something we are dealing with na hiyo inakuwa lost time. Hiyo time yote tunaspend kwa barabara. Watu wanafaa kuwa kazini. People need to be productive at that time. Mafuta ile tunapotezaga quite a lot. So opening these arteries kuja kwa hii Rironi Mau Summit. Wewe ushawahi kwama kwa hiyo barabara ukakaa siku 2. Unajua kwama kwa hiyo barabara vizuri na kwama unashindwa
director anaongea wanashi hizo sides
nani zote ukienda Maimahi kwa hivyo mimi nishawahi kwama ukipitia hii ya juu same thing gridlock. Wewe jiulize how much in terms of dollar value do we lose on this stagnation of movement, traffic movement? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mboga gapi yaribiki hapo? Viazi, waru, most importantly Naivasha. Zile pande yote ya Moi South Road. Zile kampuni zote za maua ziko huko. Zile usafirisha maua daily. What kind of loss do they suffer? Unaangalia? Mall zote zinaharibia huko barabara. Ndege zile ziko pale airport zinaenda bila hiyo cargo. The guys who are eating flowers on that side, na probably in Valentine's, wanaanza kutukasi. Unaona? Watalii. Jamaa umemweka kwa gari ya safaris. Anaangalia tu traffic, yani tu anaangalia umemweka analala kwa gari. Traffic isha anasema my time is up. I need to go back to the airport. How much money do we lose when we have that stagnation? The amount of economic power that this road and other infrastructure will open is huge. The amount of money we are not only going to save but make is a lot. I've just given you but a few examples. Jamaa na dairy yake anataka kukimbiza maziwa yake, amekwama, hawezi rudi nyuma, cannot go ahead. Maziwa inaharibikia. Isitoshe, all those people I'm telling you, including those flower farms and all those farms, fish, nini, they have employees who need to be paid. Unaona vile hiyo economy inaenda ikiwa mbaya. So unafika mahali it's like people are not sure, you know, that when they harvest these things they will get where they're supposed to get on time, you know. So what kind of impact does it hold? Huge and heavy. Now utaona just like the expressway Zikmau, you Thika Road, it will open a very busy artery. Hiyo bottleneck zote zimaliziki. Movement inakuwa faster, and when movement is efficient, so is the efficiency of goods and services. That's how it goes. So they are all building into that system and network of being efficient.
Away from the impact that our president is making,
yes,
now we go to the political scene of the country. Campaigns zimeanza. Campaigns zimeanza officially.
Yes.
It's crazy already right now. A lot is happening.
Yes.
A lot is happening. The opposition, I've seen some crazy things.
Uongo mingi. Anyway, ni timu tunaita timu ya kubomoa versus timu ya kujenga.
So kuna timu mbili ya kubomoa na kujenga.
Ile jamaa akisema ni bomoe ni sibo. Unabomoa nini? Nini ulijenga ukuje ubomoe? Watu ukaanza kubomoa nini? Hizo nyumba president amejenga. Ndio utakuja kubomoa. Hizi mabarabara ndio utakuja kubomoa. Masjid hizi tuko nazo. Ndio utakuja kubomoa. And by the way, remember, I've told you here before. Do you know to miss Chan twice? Did you ever know that?
No.
We missed Chan twice because we did not have ready facilities. When the president came in, he said, "Hii Chan itachezwa." Credible, deliberate actions. Chan ilichezwa, hii kuchezwa. Exactly. Hii next tuko kwa AFCON.
AFCON, yeah.
AFCON inachezwa. Tutoke hapo. The wonders that are going to happen in this country will be mind-boggling. So, you have a team, I'm opposition, when you are ukisikia stories zao, like my president keeps saying, what is the agenda? Because to me, that's what matters. That's what matters. And to you as well.
Yeah.
You just want to wake up and go, hey, today, this is what I'm doing. This is my production level. Ule jamaa na kitu kwa sababu anataka kujua vile atahasu. Yeah? We have serious problems. And these serious problems cannot be solved by silly and idle talk. They can only be solved by serious thinkers and serious leaders. You know? I had somebody saying that I'll take this, we'll give this back. Tutatoa hii, turudishe ile kitu. You, if it was perfect, as you people claim, why was it in serious debt to a tune of 33 billion? Why? You know? It's not because it was perfect. It's because ulikuwa unakulia hapo ndani. You get? So like I've said, we have serious issues that need serious people to solve. And we are solving them. So maneno ya politics, obviously, and it will grow, the noises will become louder. But one thing I can tell you, without fear of contradiction, scorecard yao, kwanza ile hawana hiyo scorecard. Versus hii scorecard tunayo. Mwananchi, like my president says, mwananchi ndio mdu wa kuamua. Hawa watu wako kwa shida. They're in serious problems. And that's why sometimes it gets a little bit crazy when somebody says, we left this working. It was working. What was working perfectly? What was working perfectly? We as a nation, we were defaulting on our obligations. That's why we were left. That CBC you've just talked about, I've just explained to you the kind of deficiency we had. Walijaribu. It's not that they didn't try.
Yeah.
Walijaribu kucheza na maneno za fertilizer. Wakaona hapana, hatuta solve, we will not solve this issue. Hebu tutafute unga ya 100 shillings. It was there, if you don't remember. It lasted for a month. It was not viable because they did not know how to solve that particular problem. Wakakuja wakatuambia, kuna kitu kingine sijui inaitwa huduma. I can't remember. Sijui what numbers. I mean, mchezo ya patapotea. Where did it get us? You know? And that's what I'm saying. For real, there's no way somebody can stand on a podium and say they left something working. I've heard people talk about, tutarudisha Linda Mama. If I can show you the two sides of what Linda Mama was and Linda Jamii. Linda Mama was just taking care of the mother. Where did it leave the newborn? You see, the new program is, we ask any self-respecting doctor, they'll tell you, hey, this is comprehensive, way much better. So, it is very easy to do idle talking, by the way, and you will hear that a lot. And to be honest, the discernment is on your end as a voter. But there's one thing for sure I know and I believe wholeheartedly. you will not be unable to call the differences. What has been done? Ati mtu anasema ataturudisha. Aturudishe wapi? Singapore to asija. We can see the horizon. What are you saying? We can see the horizon. Yeah. We can see the horizon. So in the long and short of things, or in the short and long of things, Veronica, I think we are really headed in the right direction. We only need to keep up the discipline. We need to keep this vision alive, and so help us God, we are going to change this country. We can see the change. It's all happening. It is all happening. We shall see things changing in front of our eyes. And I believe that so wholeheartedly.
Final remarks to the viewers.
No, tunaambia time yetu imeenda. Time yetu unajua. Anyway, it's true, time yetu imeenda. The thing I've always insisted on is to keep reminding Kenyans that nchi ni tuko nayo. We have all these freedoms guaranteed to us by the Constitution. But also, we must match that freedom with the discipline that is required. And last time when you were here, I told you Singapore did not stumble into success.
Sure.
They disciplined themselves into it. We must bring on board, all of us, that discipline that is required to operate into a first world country. We start by the social responsibility of things. Veronica, si lazima mtu akugongee gari ama akwambie usifanye kitu when you know for sure it's wrong. Jamaa umekula kimandizi yuko unatoa tu, unafungua dirisha ama dirisha moto inatoka. The small things, the small changes that we make are the ones that are inculcated to our culture. That is why ukisikia Singapore watu wakisema it started by you can't chew gum. You huwezi tupa takataka. You can't do this, you can't do this. They look minute. They look small. But guess what? That is what becomes their culture. There are people wanajua vile mutaratara inaenda. Because wewe ukitupa karatasi pale, mwingine atupe. Before you say anything, it's a huge pile of garbage. Unaona? And we need to be the ones who are on that line of defense. As I finish, I remember when I was back in college, we took a trip that really changed me as a person. It was a college trip, we went to Japan. And I was really shocked by how these young kids, what they were doing. And that has never left my senses. Kadogo kutoka na gamikono kanasha gai kanachukua tu kanafunga maji kanaosha nini. They use the minimum of them. Kama tishu kanakata kale kadogo kanajipanguza ama katumia hizo hand dryers. Nothing goes to waste. Hapa mazejo ya bathroom unafungulia gata maji zinaruka kila mahali. Unapiga story, uko kwa simu unapiga mtu story, and the reason I'm giving you that example is to show you the element of social responsibility. It does not need to be big. The small changes are the ones that come and get inculcated into our culture. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Any day,
expecting
anytime.
for the first time.
Oh yes, you keep
Sasa
doing this.
fourth time sijui itakuwa bado chama ama itakuwa chama.
Chama. And thank you for the great work that you guys have been doing. You have been amazing.
Thank you.
You have been showcasing the good side, the areas that we need improvement. You guys, we really thank you for that.
Thank you
You
so much.
you for that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Deputy Government Spokesperson, Mr. Gabriel Muduma. We have learned we have been impacted in our lives, we have been educated in one way or another, and if you have not, rudi tena kwa interview, listen to it. So this is VG Live. My name is Vero Gitiha. Bye bye.